You once said, man, that you didn't fuck with the internet.
Yes, I
and
once said.
now you're very vocal on the internet, man. What
Yes.
happened, man?
I said it on Get 'Em High, and I meant that. On Get 'Em High, I didn't even own a computer when I made that.
Right.
You know, I knew I had a fan base on the internet.
What year was that, man?
03.
03, okay.
Yeah, I knew I had a fan base on the internet. I knew I had fans on the internet that supported me, particularly places like OK Player.
Right.
But I never went on no comment section. I never went on a blog. I never went in a chat. There was people doing chat rooms back then, right?
Yeah, chat rooms and forums.
I never did none of that, and I stayed away from all that. So that's where I was at.
So it was a sense of like, basically it was an ignorant statement, like you didn't really know them, so I don't even need to fuck with them.
Yeah, I was like, I don't fuck. It wasn't ignorant. It was just true.
Right.
It was like I don't fuck with the internet.
Okay.
Like it was like.
Not like I don't fuck with you. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, I just don't fuck with it.
Right.
Like it was OK Player. I think was what got me into the internet. Like I started going on OK Player because I liked the idea of a community of artists. And the OK Player people really supported us as artists.
Right.
But then I had a negative experience in like 04.
What was that?
Where my album leaked. Beautiful Struggle leaked like a year before. And I had kids on forums, particularly on OK Player, who were actively trying to like give out the album for free. And me being—
I got the link.
Right, so now I'm coming from a generation of you support an artist, you show that person love, like you're proud that you spent money on the record.
Right.
Like I bought your shit, man. I support you. Like these are my favorite artists. I got your pictures on the wall. So I couldn't believe that a quote unquote fan would do me like that.
And you're seeing this transaction.
And I'm seeing
and
it
you
happen.
can't stop it.
I thought I could,
Right.
and that's where the problems came.
Right.
Because I wrote this, thing on OK Player about like, yo, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, why are you doing me like that? And then, like we and the kid went back and forth, and what I learned was that the fans was more on his side because it was the start of music is free.
Music sharing.
It's sharing. It's just,
and the industry backlash too. I mean, so many people would say, "Oh my goodness, I paid $10 for an album and I only got 2 songs I like. This artist owes me."
right. It was the beginning of all
Or the
that.
industry owes you.
It was the industry backlash.
Right.
And I wasn't aware.
Right.
There was, you know what?
So you were the bad guy
There was
in
a
this
culture.
argument.
There was a culture on the internet. There was a culture, a language to being in a chat room or forum that I wasn't aware of. I just thought, y'all fuck with, I'm Talib Kweli. You know what it is? Like, what y'all doing me like this? Me? You know what I'm saying?
What's your address? Did you ask him for his address?
Nah, it ain't go that far. It didn't go that far, but it was a lesson for me. It was a negative moment because it was something where I swore that the fans would automatically be on my side, and they wasn't.
Right.
And so that made me rethink how I was participating on the internet.
Right.
And I realized that here's a community, they got their own rules. I stepped in like, yo, what's up?
Right.
And they looking at me like,
Come on, fall back.
yeah, like,
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so then I started participating on the forums and really being active on my profile, OK Player.
Right.
I couldn't, the other stuff was I didn't go on any of the sites really, it was just OK Player.
Right.
And I started to develop relationships in the OK Player community. And then a year after that, I dropped Liberation for free.
Right.
To which that community then was like, now I'm on the cutting edge.
Right.
Because now I'm dropping a whole free album and nobody was doing that.
Right.
And now they're like, wow, Kweli gave us a free album, Madlib Beats.
Right.
I can't wait to see what you're gonna do next. And I feel like those fans came back around for Eardrum. You know, those were the fans who was like, Beautiful Struggle. They didn't like that I was working with Pharrell and Mary J. Blige. You know, and they didn't want that album.
Right.
They came back around on Liberation and,
Right.
and Eardrum.
The name of your new album
Yes.
is,
Prisoner of Conscience.
do you feel you're a prisoner of this label of being a conscious, quote unquote, rapper?
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel very free.
Right.
But I feel like people think I am.
Right.
And that's how they deal with me, and that's how they approach me, and that's the box that people want to put me in. But I feel like that's on them.
Right.
But you know, it's adapt or die, and it's like my job is to bring people to me and to meet them where they at. So this album, I focus more on picking beats and adding instrumentation that was outside of my realm of hip hop and exists more in the world as it is.
Okay. I think it's a great title, Prisoner of Conscience, because I was watching this video clip today by some dude who was basically crying. He was crying about you
How about me?
doing a record with Lil Wayne and Mac May.
I need to see this video.
He was literally
Can I
like,
see
yo,
this? Can we pull this
you
up?
know, Talib should not be doing a record with them. You know what I'm saying? This is a sad day in hip hop, and we were talking about that earlier about what's real hip hop and what's not real hip hop, and now your fans dictating because of this title, this conscious title, who you should be and shouldn't be doing a record with. How do you feel about that?
I feel that if you make a judgment about who an artist should work with before you hear the song, you're not truly a fan of music. You're just swimming in your own head with your own thoughts. You're caught up in your own little prison. Anyone who does that is just lost in the sauce. I can't be worried about someone who's that idiotic. You know. Now, if you hear the song and you're like, that shit was trash, I have to respect it.
And it's not a trash record.
No, it's not. It's a great record, in my opinion. But if you heard it and if like, if someone heard it and was like, that record's trash, if the response is, you shouldn't have did that song because it's garbage, I have to respect that. Every person got their opinion. But I can't respect someone who says you shouldn't have did that song, period. And they ain't even never heard it. And or to take it further, people were like, I'm not going to listen to it because it got Lil Wayne on it. That song has a very positive, uplifting message.
Celebration, right?
Celebrate, yeah. Mac Main is an incredible talent and a wonderful person and a great artist and my peoples. Lil Wayne is a great talent and a dude who's extremely passionate about hip hop. You know, I don't like all of Lil Wayne's records. Why should I have to like all of them? I'm sure he don't like all of my records. You know, but there's a lot of Lil Wayne records I like. He's one of the best to ever do it. He is. Everybody's music is based on their region and their emotion. Why would I expect a dude who's younger than me from New Orleans to sound like he grew up in Brooklyn in the 90s? Why is that even fair?
One of the most intelligent conversations I had about, you know, what's hip hop and what's not real hip hop is with Lil B. And Lil B was saying basically that, you know, rap has become this place right now where you have your rap liberals and your rap conservatives.
Good point.
And the rap conservatives are saying, you know, that's not, and they want to maintain a certain status quo with regard to how they feel.
Kick everybody out.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy, man.
It is. It's self-serving and it's defeating. And
it's short-sighted,
and
man.
it's short-sighted, and it's adding to the destruction of the culture that you're lamenting about. It's adding, you making it happen. You killing hip hop with this bullshit you want. You know, you're not accepting or open to new style. How's the music supposed to grow if everybody got to sound like a record from 1992? You know, it don't make no sense.
Have you ever heard anything though, any rap record, quote unquote rap record, where you're like, you know what, that's not really hip hop? Have you ever?
MC Hammer, when MC Hammer came out, he had a video where he was like, he had some fake Run DMC clones in the video, and then he had a video with a Hammer, you ain't hitting New York. They put him in Hammer, let's get it started, and turn his mother out,
Turn his mother out.
And so in New York, we was looking at Hammer like, fuck Hammer.
I was one of those.
We fuck Hammer.
Fuck Hammer.
And fuck Vanilla Ice too while you had it. And then Third Base came out and they was, yo, Hammer, shut the fuck. He was like, yes.
Hammer's mom.
Yes, I fuck with Third Base. And it was like, fuck Hammer. No matter what. And then fast forward years later, and I'm promoting an album, my album Gutter Rainbows, and Hammer retweets me on Twitter, you know? And he's like, and he hits me on a DM. I start following him, he hits me on a DM like, yo, I'm such a fan. You keep keeping that conscious shit in hip hop, that keep going, I was like, wow. And I'm thinking, if I would have seen Hammer give him a dirty look when I was 15 years old. So then I developed a friendship with Hammer over Twitter to the point where I had a Black Star show in Oakland, and I needed to get in the studio, and Hammer hit me, I'm like, I heard you need a studio, and Fix Up, and you already know the Black Star records, we recorded those at Hammer Studio. So I went from hating Hammer to recording Black Star records at Hammer's house and chopping it up with Hammer for 12 hours a night about the state of music business. How am I gonna say Stanley Burrell is not hip hop? You know, Fat Joe, you know, he's made some pop records with R. Kelly and this and that. He's a Puerto Rican dude from the Bronx. It don't matter what record he makes. It don't matter how good it sounds or how bad it sounds, he's hip hop.
Get ready for combat. No escaping.